A warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to learn about how to conduct a one sample t-test using R programming. Right? So our today's concept, how to conduct or perform one sample t-test using R. Right? So some requirements. So when we want to conduct one sample t-test, data need to be normally distributed, followed by sample size should be less than 30. Right? So how to perform the one sample t-test? So first procedure, import data set from a location. Right? So what we need to do here, we need to go for the library Haven. Next, so here I am going to take the type of the file breakers. Right, in the breakers. Read underscore dot SAV file, SPSS file dot choose right. So one sample t-test. Right, now we will try to check some properties, right, like names of the breakers. So the names of the breakers includes machine number, breaker size. So there were two different types of variables will come into the picture, and the dimension. So there are 128 observations with two variables, and view. What we try to do is view. Now you can see here there are two different variables by the name of machine number, breaker size. With how many observations in a sense? 128 observations. Right? So what is the basic purpose to conduct this one sample t-test in the sense to test the difference between population mean and sample mean. Okay. So what is the H naught here? What is the H naught here? There is no difference between sample mean and population mean. This tells that what it will tell, H naught, the mean differences is equal to 0. Right? So then what is alternative hypothesis? HA, there is a significant difference between population mean and sample mean. This tells that what HA, right? HA related mean deviations are, not equal to 0. This can be tells that what will tell HA mean difference may be greater than 0 or mean difference may be less than 0. Something may happen. Anyway. Okay. So first of all, what we will do is, right, we will try to execute this. So one sample test, one sample data set we have been uploaded. Now the names of the breakers. So there are two different types of variables: machine number, breaker size, and the dimension of breakers. 128 observations with two variables, and head will tell us about the first 6 observations. No? The first 6 observations in data set. Tail will tell us about the last 6 observations from data set. Okay. Now summary will tell us about, right? So the minimum breaker size 321, the maximum breaker size 323, but when it comes to my hypothesized mean, it should be equal to 322, or my specification, this is specification or population mean equal to 322 or specification would be 322. Okay. In summary, we have been calculated. Now we'll see. Suppose you don't know how to conduct one sample t-test. Just pass a question mark and t dot test. Here it will give you students t-test. Student t-test description performs one sample one and two sample t-test on vectors of data, and the usage and the t-test formula. So the t-test formula, the t-test formula, the x value should be given, and the alternative hypothesis, is it a two-sided or one-sided, and the hypothesized mean, actually it is null, but my specification here, my hypothesized mean is 322 mm. 322 mm size. This is what? No, what is that? 322 mm size. Okay. Now paired, it's not a parity test. False. Variance equal or unequal. Basically, I didn't test. Go for Levin's test. I did not go for Levin's test. So that's the reason why by default I am treating variance is unequal variance. And confidence interval, it is 95% of confidence interval that I am taking here. Now we will run t-test of breakers. From the breakers, what I want is the second variable, breaker size. My hypothesized mean 322, and alternative two-sided, right? Paired, it's not paired, false. Variance dot equal is false. Confidence level at 95% confidence level that I am using. So I'm repeating once again what is the formula. So t-test, so the breaker size variable, right? And my hypothesized mean, my specification to produce the size of the breakers 322 mm, and alternative, two-sided, right? It may be mu less than 0, mu less than mu naught, or mu greater than mu naught. When there is a significant difference, it may be positive significant difference or negative significant difference. It may be mu greater than mu naught or mu less than mu naught. Two-sided will happen. And it's not a parity test. Variance equal, I didn't go for testing of Levin's test. So that's the reason why by default I treated variance equal to false. Confidence level at 95% confidence level. Now what you do is just execute this. Here you can see the solution, right? Breaker size data, breakers, from the breakers data set, a variable I selected breaker size, and this is a t value, and the degrees of freedom k minus 1 because of 128 observations, 128 minus 1, the p value 1.852, and the exponential of minus 0.6, that will tell you after 0.5 zeros, 0.00001852. So when after 0.2 zeros are there, it will tells that there is a significant difference. There is a significant difference between population mean and sample mean. So when p value tells a 0.0000, right, it tells that there is a significant difference in the data. There is a significant difference in the data. E to the power of minus 0.6 means after 0.5 zeros will come, because e to the power of minus 0.6 means 6 zeros. That tells that 0.00001852. That tells that there is a significant difference between sample mean and population mean. sample mean and population mean at 95% confidence interval, and the calculated mean value is 321. So the calculated mean value is 321 and my hypothesized mean is 322, so that there is a significant difference in the data. There is a significant difference between sample mean and population mean. So for easy understanding, what I'm trying to do is, so I'm going to create one variable like breakers underscore t-test. Execute this. Right now, I'm going to use one more command here. One more function, attributes, breakers. See, there are so many attributes will come into the picture. Statistics, parameters, p-value, statistics, parameter, p-value, confidence interval, estimate, null value, standard error, alternative, method, data.frame, and the class. So we will see one after one. So what we are trying to do here is breakers, right? When you take a dollar symbol, we'll ask you first one, statistics. So the calculated test statistics t value is minus 5.001265. in the sense mod t, it will become 5.001265. Parameter, right? The degrees of freedom, k minus 1, 128 minus 1, it is 127. The p value, right? 1.851514, the exponential value minus 0.6, it will tell you, 6 zeros. E to the power of minus 0.6 means 6 zeros, 0.0000018515, right? That is it is a significant value. There is a significant difference between sample mean and population mean. So at 95% level of confidence interval that I used in this analysis, the calculated sample mean value, the calculated sample mean value 321.7839. So my hypothesized mean is 322. So there is a significant difference between a sample mean and population mean. So this 322, my hypothesized mean or population mean. Standard error value 0.04319985. And my the type of the hypothesis, it is an alternative hypothesis, two-sided. The method I used here to calculate the significant difference between population mean and sample mean, one sample t-test. So it is a file of breakers. From the file breakers, I taken breakers size variable. So at the end, we came to know that So what we can able to do here, HA alternative hypothesis accepted, there is a significant difference between sample mean and population mean. There is a significant difference between sample mean and population mean. I hope you understand this session.